about structure now. Let's talk about the cuts that are in here. These are big money cuts. Now that we've cleared the runway, getting some of this, I can't even see fat in there. That's crazy. Is it smart?
What?
Cardboard is working. All right. Now in here we see what? What cut sits in there?
Tenderloin.
That's the tenderloin. If I take this whole thing right now and I cut this here, right through there like that, I'm cutting part of the tenderloin off, am I not?
Yeah.
Yes. But the reason I would cut through there is to make this the short loin. Why would you buy a short loin? Right, this is cut off so that from here to here you can make your porterhouse, then your T-bone, and then a few strip loin steaks off the end. So porterhouse, T-bone, shell steak, or strip loin steak off the end. All right. The only reason you buy a short loin is to make those cuts. You've already destroyed part of the tenderloin by making it. You know what I mean? You chop the tenderloin in half. The only reason you would use it is to make those steaks. Porterhouse. Now, what's the difference between a porterhouse and a T-bone? The size of the tenderloin eye. The porterhouse has a big tenderloin eye. The T-bone, more modest. And then towards the end, there's not enough tenderloin to make that a T-bone even. So that would be like a shell steak or a club steak or a strip loin steak.
Where do you get the bone-in fillet?
So the bone-in fillet would be if you boned out the strip loin, right, and left the bone intact on the fillet, and then cut it from there.
How many can you get out of one?
Only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 maybe. That's why that's such an expensive cut. Yeah. Usually they would only take a chunk like that, so they're unable to make the porterhouse. They could still make T-bones out of the rest because that's the smaller side, but they would have to specialty cut that section and make a bone-in
I tried
fillet.
ordering one guy said that you can only get one out of their gauge.
Yeah, it's an expensive item. It's inexpensive. You're only getting about 4, really, 4 or 5. You can more than one. It's an expensive item. So,
What's the most valuable part?
tenderloin. Yes, right here. Are you kidding me? Plus all day.
Are you trying a third time?
No. Are you kidding me? All right. So, do you understand what a short loin is? It's the whole loin cut shorter. Short loin. The purpose of the short loin.
Porterhouse, T-bone, and
Porterhouse, T-bone,
strip.
and well, strip loin steaks I can get from the whole thing once I'm done taking the tenderloin.
Shell.
So porterhouse and T-bone, porterhouse and T-bone. That's the main events there. All right. Why would I cut it? Porterhouse and T-bone. All right. What kind of restaurant's gonna buy a short loin?
High-end steakhouse?
Yeah, a high-end steakhouse, typically. Yeah. A steakhouse that has the wherewithal to cut it themselves. All right. Not every place has that. So you.
Would you just use the bandsaw?
Yeah, you'd need a bandsaw. You would not hand cut this. No.
Is it terribly needed?
That and it's just plain stupidly long. I've done it. You know, the saw's clean. We need a porterhouse. Oh. And then I put it on a plate, a little parsley. I bring it out to the guy. How's that? Oh, you got one a little bigger? You know, just stick some fat underneath it, make it prop it up a little more, and take it back out. No, I couldn't. And then he'd be like, "Yeah, I'll take both of them." All right. That's a butcher's joke in a way. It was actually a butcher's joke. Porterhouse, T-bone, shell steak or club steak. Got it? Good. Now we're going to take the tenderloin out whole. All right. First, we're going to remove this. All right. First, we're going to remove this. This is the sirloin flap. That's the sirloin flap. The sirloin flap is similar to skirt steak, a little bit like hanger steak. Bottom sirloin pieces like this are inexpensive. It does well as a marinade and grill. If you can find the higher quality grades of it, it works pretty good. If it's a lower quality grade, it's more of a grind or braise item, unless you tenderize the heck out of it. You know, I like to marinate it. A little olive oil, lime juice, cilantro, shot of tequila on it, some garlic, salt, pepper. Let it sit in there for 6 to 8 hours, and then throw it on the grill. Oof, big flame. Crisp the heck out of it, and then slice it across the grain on a bias. Wrap it up in a fajita. Yum. You know, it's nice. Flap steak. Sirloin flap. Also known as the tartar steak. Good joke, people. You figured it.
I didn't hear.
All right, now we're going to take out the tenderloin. I'm going to start from the hip bone and work to the tail of the tenderloin. I'm going to work my knife in along here. There it goes. There's a natural seam by the head of the tenderloin. Scoop that out. Then I work my knife in along the chine bone. In and out of the chine. Just feeling my way along. There's like little bumps in there.